come to realize we cannot walk the path to creating better families, better communities, neighborhood societies alone. We've got to have people of like minds to hold hands, to work together. And my message for me is simple. If we want social justice in our societies, in our communities, in our countries, we have to deal with the issue of how we address the inequities in society. We can't glance over those issues. And I think for me, I've come to realize also that political freedom, unaccompanied by socio-economic freedom, is a hollow dream. And I talk about this from experience of South Africa. And when I look around the world, that the inequities between rich and poor are increasing. They are not actually decreasing. As I grew up, I had this love but angry relationship with my dad, because I couldn't understand why he chose politics over us, his children. But what drove me was, I'm going to show him a thing or two. I'm going to succeed way beyond his expectation. That he was not there, it shouldn't matter. But I think what also helped me is that the African culture is a beautiful culture, because you are really never without a father. Because there's this thing called fictive kin networks, which means your whole community takes you over and nurtures you. So your next door neighbor parent is your mother. He can discipline you, he can do everything to you like your own mother, and you can't say, what are you doing? You're not my mother, because your mother will come home and hear that and will give you a hiding. So, well, as we have set and set up our foundation, House of Mandela Family Foundation, we decided to focus really on 5 things, which is education, health, because my brother, with a bias on AIDS, because my brother passed away because he was infected, he had AIDS, and to focus on agriculture, which is for an alternative women, and the cliche of saying women's empowerment. Africa is more headed by female households. And for me, I chose agriculture because I've been very passionate about agriculture, as I said earlier, because I think it's not just one of the ways, it's the major way in which we can get a lot of our women out of poverty and teach them how to create wealth. Don't overcome oppression, racism within a decade. It's a continuous fight that each generation has to fight. And it is by collaborating, by reaching across the seas, reminding each other where we come from. We see an emergence around the world of emphasizing differences, of an effort to be insular and not look and helping other countries. But I want to assure you today that if we don't keep the memories of struggle and oppression alive and try to do what you did for us in South Africa, to continue those collaborations, to continue educating each other, then I'm sorry, we will see oppression rearing its head as it's doing in the world today. What is needed is not just the Nelson Mandelas, the ANC, the Martin Luther King, the Civil Rights Movement, all of those. It needs all of us to look ourselves in the mirror each morning and ask ourselves the question, what am I going to do today that makes a difference in another person's life?